Hello, it's me again, Kamui and today we're gonna finish up on the arc that's gonna wrap up Fontaine. Who knows what adventures we might find? And right now we're inside one of my favorite places in Fontaine besides underwater, the sewers. So let's see how is our good friend Navia's doing. Well, that and Layla and her new squid pet. Don't you think? Don't you think they're like lifelong partners now? They share the exact same aesthetic. Sleepwalking.
Even when we're not looking up at the stars, they're always there, watching over us.
Yep, there's the room, and it's empty and waiting for us as promised. Navia is such a good person.
Damn right she
Now that
is.
the serial disappearances case has been solved, no one's going to come after us for anything. Even without Silver standing guard, we can just completely relax. Why don't we stay and rest up here for a while? Even machines in Fontaine need to stop and recharge now and then. Oh, come on! This place isn't that bad. Besides, how often do we get to stay in an actual base?
At least in a sewer, there's no shortage of like bathroom breaks and taking a nightly glass of water away. The waters in the sewer are so full of germs that simply getting a drop on your skin will require you to take a full decontamination shower. Then again, sewer water tastes a lot better than like whatever shit they sell at like Walmart or whatever. But then again, not to dislike Walmart anything, but you get the idea.
Oh, fine.
Then again, I have drunk my fair share of like water from my fish tanks while water changing my fishies. Ain't that yummy stuff? Well, not drinking it directly, but like getting some of it in my mouth while like sucking on a hose.
Remember that detective story Paimon read before? Well, the author is about to release a new book, so Paimon wanted to buy it as soon as it came out and have a quiet place to read it.
You sure it's not Detective Conan?
But it's agreed. Come on, let's get some sleep. We'll need to be up first thing in the morning to get in line and buy a copy. Paimon didn't expect that style at all. Even though it's a detective novel, it's also like a social documentary. Ooh, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, Boondocks is also supposed to be a slice of life anime as well, but really, Boondocks is really a documentary about life in American suburbs.
No! Paimon just spends a bit more time sleeping than you, that's all.
Excuse me, but do you know if the Traveler and Paimon are lodging here?
Who are you? Paimon doesn't recall seeing you before. Wait, you're not here to give us trouble, are you?
A blonde traveler and a chatty little fairy. Looks like I found the place. Good thing I asked the Spina di Rosula. Seems they sent me the right way.
Hey, what do you mean by chatty? Paimon's always careful not to talk too much. Most of the time, anyway.
It's an honor to meet you both. I was sent from the Palais Mermonia. Monsieur Neuvillette wishes to see you. It seems he has something important to discuss in person.
Oh!
Neuvillette? He wants to see us again already? Huh. We talked so much the last time we met. Has something happened since then?
I am not privy to the details. It would be best if you came to the Palais Mermonia and asked Monsieur Neuvillette in person.
If you say so, but Paimon has a bad feeling about this.
Because bad feelings always come true.
Now that I've delivered the message, I'll take my leave.
Thanks! We haven't left the room for a few few days, so we'll head over once we've freshened up a bit.
To the stars shining in the depths. Now, if you kids were wondering where the hell was I in the last month, well, I've been thinking, and I have to say this. As for my last video on Sonic and Pikachu drowning in Fontaine, well, to be fair, well, the reason I typed that video was because I've been through some pretty heavy shit, and I knew someone who is unfortunately a Disney adult whom I had to break up like a while ago because he was super annoying and boasted and wouldn't stop and wouldn't shut the hell up about Pikachu and Sonic being the ultimate rats there is. And while there is no quicker way to make people break up with you by singing about the praises of like Pikachu stabbing everyone else with his quote unquote iron tail every 5 seconds. That's why Kinkimation hates Smash Bros. At the same time, talking about Pikachu and Sonic getting murdered and drowning in hell underwater makes people think I'm like a psycho, especially with my crazy ass laughter last video. And while stress is important to like live a functional life, really, at the same time there's fun stress and then there's stress that makes people want to, well, boast about on social media. Like, we totally get it. You have a mental illness, drink some alcohol and eat some sleeping pills so that you won't annoy the fuck out of everyone anymore. Because honestly, what's 9 more months? A human being can always be popped out with a vagina, you know. Yeah. I also got blocked by Kinkimation when I told her the honest truth about how I wanted to like commission her again so that I can use her drawings to smash apart the face of my ex-friend whom I knew for like 10 years in the face, because holy shit, Disney adults make Chris Chan, Jeffrey Dahmer, and Adolf Hitler look like model citizens. But whatever, I'm going to hell. And also, as for the first arc of like Fontaine, well, I'm not sure if people want to see me like struggling in what's essentially like Ace Attorney, really. Oh, you never heard of like Ace Attorney? As someone who has never played Ace Attorney, let me tell you, in order to rat out the bad guy, you basically have to show evidence that they are the bad guy in court. That's the best way I can like describe it, really. Because just like how Kinkimation has an extreme fetish for like Fire Emblem 3 Houses and Genshin Impact, I have an extreme fetish for like Genshin Impact, Primal Carnage, and Depth. And therefore, I have no idea. I don't know of any Capcom games other than Resident Evil and Mega Man, really. Because the only thing I know about Ace Attorney is that Axel Rosered, an artist on like, well, DeviantArt, has drawn pregnant art of like an ice blue haired lady. Which begs the question, how come all these streamers like constantly like beg for like donations when they can just make pornographic art instead? Like holy shit, why not just draw like pregnant girls? Nothing is ever sacred anymore.
Like this tomorrow as well.
Oh, pregnant Layla. Wait, how old is Layla anyway? Nah, it's alright. Sumeru Academy is basically a college, no, university, and most people who go to university are already adults. Meanwhile, Logan Paul and his brothers were like expelled from high school at the age of 23. 23, guys! Do you have any idea how much of a retard you have to be expelled from high school at the age of 23? You know what? I'm not even gonna talk about my ex-friend's idols, because just a mere mention of my ex-friend talking about Logan Paul makes me want to knock Kinkymation up and then post her pregnant belly pics on like Twitter. And destroy Joe Biden's house at that too. Because God, why the fuck did humans evolve again? Honestly, the world would not give a shit if humans went extinct. Oh, sorry. I need to calm the fuck down. Then again, I'm already going to hell. Oh wait, that is hell.
We're here! Did you want to see us about something? Huh? Why were you just standing there? You daydreaming or thinking something over?
Yes, I did send someone to fetch you. But as for what I'd like to discuss next, well, I still have some reservations.
Given that we've already made the trip here, you should just tell us. Bet you need us to help you with something, right?
I do indeed have something I'd like to ask you to do. However, you should wait until after I tell you the details, then decide for yourselves whether you'd like to help or not.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Sorry about splurting violent stuff. Except that while time does heal all wounds, no, not all. While time does heal some wounds, there are some wounds that are so severe that time cannot heal the heart.
The situation is this. It has come to my attention that the Snezhnayan Harbinger known as the Knave wants a diplomatic meeting with you, correct?
The Knave.
I heard that she was originally from Fontaine, but for her to suddenly arrive here and abruptly request such a meeting like this, I sincerely advise you to refuse her invitation outright.
Furina! The Hydra Archon!
I'm sure you're aware that her purpose is most likely related to Child's recent predicament. We convicted one of the Snezhnayan Harbingers in a court of law, but we have yet to provide any form of detailed report on the matter. This does indeed provide an opportunity for Snezhnaya to put pressure on us. I believe we should adopt an evasive stance until we can provide a proper explanation and have a preliminary plan on how to deal with the matter.
No, we shouldn't. I think we should agree to the meeting.
oh my god, every time Farina talks, I want to like bang her and impregnate her and put my sperm inside her fishbowl.
Oh?
That's how horny I am for her.
Well, you see, we are the ones that owe an explanation. If we keep putting off the meeting, it could easily result in the problem escalating, right?
Pretty much the same as not showing up for court.
It's like a fight between two friends. If they don't agree to see each other and talk in person, isn't it possible that the friendship could end entirely?
But Farina, there are also many other reasons why friendships could end too. Like, for example, the precise reason why PKA podcast kicked Wings of Redemption out of their friend group too.
Though diplomatic relations between Fontaine and Snezhnaya could be considered as friendly, it is only superficially so. You wouldn't go so far as to say that our nations are friends, as you did in your example.
It was just an analogy. An analogy, okay?
And if you kids are too sane to like know about the arc between the saga of like PKA and Wings, in short, PKA podcast kicked Wings of Redemption out because Wings insulted one of the members for not going on a camping trip, and yet bailing out on a camping trip himself at the last minute. Because no one likes hypocrites and betrayals.
Moreover, even if we were to talk in person, if we don't have sufficient information prepared, it is quite possible the result wouldn't be restored relations, but a complete falling out.
In short, and the worst part is, my ex-friend was exactly like Wings of Redemption. Very annoying and very arrogant. To the point that if you so much as tried to have a chill and leisurely chat with him, 5 seconds later, he'll say something bad about you, he'll insult you, and whatever things that you love.
I don't think we should overthink those possibilities yet. Even if the logic of the divine is not immediately apparent, its wisdom will only be revealed with time.
You know what? I'm glad I love pregnant girls because it seems pregnant girls, especially those that are about to go into labor, are the kryptonite of Disney adults. Especially if you sexualize pregnant girls in a fetishistic way. Because lust is a very, 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 very important vice that people should have.
Besides, you'll be at the meeting. If any problems do pop up, you'll have no problem navigating them.
And yet, Kinkymation won't draw pregnant girls anymore because to quote her, as an actual... Listen, I don't like drawing pregnant girls unless it's out of context, because the thought of taking a moment in a woman's life that's supposed to be incredibly meaningful, incredibly joyful, and sometimes incredibly scary, and turning into something to fap to does not sit right with me. And as an actual womb person, it's weird, it makes me uncomfortable, and it makes me feel kind of icky. And no matter how wholesome and cute I try to draw pregnant scenarios, all pregnancy fetishes see and care about is a tummy. I guess you're right, Kinkymation.
I must clarify that interacting and communicating with people outside of court is not my cup of tea. It seems you think too much of me. But more importantly, when did I agree to join the meeting with you?
meeting alone. You have to accompany me. I must take you with me.
Lady Farina, could there be something else regarding this matter that is being kept from me?
No, not at all. Look, I am the Hydro Archon of Fontaine, Focalors, the god of justice who is loved and adored by many. So I only hope that justice will be served in this matter. Don't overthink it. I'll go find someone to arrange the meeting.
Man, I gotta love Novelette and Focalors' interactions together. Oh shit, the knave.
Though it could officially be considered a diplomatic conference, I prefer to see our meeting today as an ordinary tea party.
Tea party. Sometimes I feel that Genshin Impact is like Monster Girl Encyclopedia. Except, you know, in Genshin Impact, the Dendro Archon domed friggin' Apophis.
I assume you see it the same way, Miss Farina?
Oh shit. Didn't it? Oh shit, Arlecchino's got like a pyrovision. Or is it a delusion embedded on the back of her neck? Like one of them plug-in entry suits, plug-in entry device on an EVA unit.
Lady Farina?
Oh damn, look at Knave's X-shaped pupils.
Yes, that's right. Just like you said, a tea party. I should thank you for providing the pastries. They look delectable. To make this tea party even more lively, I've invited someone else to join us today.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Monsieur Neuvillette. I was born in Fontaine, so naturally there's no need to introduce the nation's revered Iudex to me.
We all know the real reason why Focalors invited Novelette along.
Hello. The pleasure is also mine.
First, I would like to thank the two of you. I'm often away on business outside of Fontaine, and I'm told that the children of the House of the Hearth have been well taken care of by you. Oh, I'm not referring to when my children, Minnie and Lynette, were falsely accused by you. Please don't misunderstand. The children of the House of the Hearth are often misunderstood, perhaps due to the reputation of the Fatui. There's no getting around that. All I meant to say is that Fontaine has been stable in recent years. The people are well off and the children lead happy, fulfilled lives.
Meanwhile, women everywhere, women in Fontaine were being reduced to like seawater. Wait a minute, Fanta. Fanta's the official drink of like Fontaine. Fanta. Real clever pun right there, Hoyoverse. Return to Fanta.
That is something truly worth cherishing, and no one wishes to disrupt such peace.
Now then, you have come regarding the matter of child, correct?
That said, that one scene of this Fontainian guy all of a sudden exploding into like seawater was kind of disturbing. Then again, the second arc of Fontaine is going to be like a cross between like BioShock and, well, a detective law game from Capcom.
Well, yes. It appears the ever-busy Iudex Neuvillette doesn't wish to waste time with diplomatic pleasantries, and hopes that we can get straight to the point of our talk. Yes, As you surmised, understanding child's situation is indeed one of the goals of this trip.
Oh, that sudden realization when you realize that Arlecchino's not really wearing gloves at all.
As we are both diplomats from Snezhnaya, as well as Fatui Harbingers, Child and I have always been colleagues. Were anything to happen in Fontaine, each of us would serve as the other's attorney to resolve the issue. So now, in my capacity as his attorney, I request that Child be turned over to Snezhnaya. We have a responsibility to cooperate with Fontaine and resolve what has happened to him together.
The rules governing attorneys only apply before a trial is concluded. Since a verdict has already been rendered, we see the case as settled. I apologize for being unable to grant your request.
An outright refusal. Very well. I respect all the rules of Fontaine's courts, just as I respect you as Chief Justice.
Yeah. How about try bailing your colleague out, Arlecchino?
Okay, why don't we back up a step?
I mean, that's how lolcows get out of prison, including Christian, who, if you do not like your sanity, if you love your sanity extremely well, let me tell you. In short, Christian banged his mom and went to jail for it for over 2 years before being released by an unknown party.
You don't need to transfer Child to us. I only request to enter the Fortress of Meripede to see Child and confirm his condition. It's not like you couldn't even manage to fulfill a simple request like that. Right, Miss Farina?
About that.
The Fortress of Meripede has always been completely autonomous. Even we have no authority to interfere there, and diplomatic issues do not suffice as an excuse. However, if you absolutely must confirm the situation of the Harbinger, I have a proposal.
The knave showed up already? Well, Lenny did say that Father will be returning soon.
An odd title, an oddly masculine title for one of the female Harbingers. But I digress.
We didn't even know that Lenny was from the House of the Hearth at the time, so we kinda overlooked that information.
Still, calling a female character father is a million times better than labeling every non-Sitakan bird a barnacle. Because that is why I blame Disney and I blame the public school system. Because you have a bunch of mutant retards that don't even fucking know the evolutionary tree between arthropods and theropods, let alone what the hell is 2 plus 2. Not even 8 times 4.
Yes, thank you for your kind advice. I'm well aware of the situation.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you the most easiest way right now. What's the difference between a barnacle and a bird? In short, in barnacles, the ass forms first. Wait, my bad. Barnacles are protozomes, meaning the mouth forms first before the ass, while in birds, the ass forms first before the mouth. And also, But the more obvious difference is that birds only have gills as an embryo. Birds start out as tadpoles inside their eggs, because all vertebrates are tadpoles at some point in development, whereas barnacles are basically born hairy blobs. I don't know how to tell you what's the difference between a bird and a barnacle any further than that. I don't know. Watch any anime narrated by David Attenborough.
I also noticed that Lady Furina acts a little odd and unnatural whenever I bring up matters related to the Knave.
Could the Knave be threatening Lady Furina or something?
If that were the case, then why wouldn't Lady Furina inform me? And what means could the Knave possibly have to twist the arm of an Archon?
So maybe that's not very likely. Even though Furina can act a little weird at times, she's still an Archon.
In reality, this problem is even more thorny than it appears. According to reports from the Fortress of Meropide, Childe recently disappeared under mysterious circumstances.
Did he escape?
The details are still unclear. We cannot rule out an escape, but there have also been no reports of him outside of the Fortress of Meropide. Special guards oversee the fortress, and its internal systems are extensive. Combined with the special characteristics of the surrounding terrain, an escape should not be possible. I suspect that there's something else behind Childe's disappearance. I was only willing to share this information with you because you are friends of Childe, and it is my duty to see justice done.
And yet, you took everything that the court machine took at like heart. You took everything. You took the words of the court machine at heart.
So this is what you wanted to see us about before.
Yes. I would like you to go to the Fortress of Meropide and investigate Childe's disappearance. This was my proposal during our meeting with the Knave. Rather than allowing her to intervene, I offered to send someone to find out about Childe's situation and report back to her in detail. The Knave did not seem satisfied by my proposal, but she still agreed to go along with it for the time being. Her words were, "We will talk more once we have that report."
So that means we bought ourselves some time.
Firstly, you're already acquainted with Childe. Your eyes may discern relevant details there that others would miss. And secondly, is the consideration of the unique nature of the Fortress of Meropide.
Isn't it just Fontaine's prison?
Underwater.
I would not define it so crudely. The Fortress of Meropide is not affiliated with the court system of Fontaine on paper. It has always existed as an autonomous entity. Early in Fontaine's history, criminals were punished with exile, not imprisonment. Even today, sentences against convicted criminals still include exile, just as before. The Fortress of Meropide may seem like a prison, but it should in fact be regarded as a gathering place for exiles.
Oh, which kind of mirrors like the desert for insane souls of the academia.
All we do is dispatch guards to keep watch and help maintain security, but we have no right to get involved with any other matters. Although I do have a personal relationship with the administrator there, neither myself nor the courts have the right to be directly involved with the investigation, no matter how serious the grounds.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. That's why you need us to conduct our own investigation as a third party, right?
Correct. I will arrange false charges against you so that you may secretly investigate inside the fortress during your detention. This will save us a lot of unnecessary trouble. So, are you two willing to accept my proposal?
Yeah, no matter how you look at it, it seems we're the best choice. Alright, we hereby accept this difficult task. Reluctantly.
You two have my sincere thanks. This matter is of critical importance to Fontaine's current situation. Also, I hope that both of you can keep this operation a secret. We will rendezvous at the Fortress of Merope's entrance on Erineus once you've prepared yourselves. I will arrange for someone to take you inside.
Prepared ourselves? Is there something we need to prepare?
Perhaps you could enjoy a good meal and have a nice bath. I'm afraid that living conditions inside the fortress are nothing like those on the outside world.
So it's basically like a beloved child of Arkham Asylum and Persephone from BioShock.
Oh, right! Even though we'll be there on trumped-up charges, we'll be in prison for real. On second thought, is it too late to back out?
Come on, Paimon, are you trying to become a lol cow?
Please do not worry. Since you are sacrificing both your time and quality of life for the sake of delivering this report, you will be compensated according to the highest standards permitted to legal staff, regardless of the outcome.
Now that's more like it. Come on, traveler, let's go eat the best meal we can find. We'll eat so much that we won't need to eat another meal for a whole month. Your treat.
Are you leaving now? In that case, please take this cake as a token of my personal gratitude.
Now, I'm not sure if you kids want to see me like go through cutscenes or actual gameplay, so if you hit that like button and subscribe and let me know in the comments below, I'll try to balance out between gameplay and cutscenes. Or maybe just do actual streaming like how most pros do it. I'm not sure. Trying to use YouTube as like advertisements because cardboard cutouts are so outdated. Same thing with DVD players, really. Because everyone's using Netflix and Twitch. Hell, it's even mentioned by Foxian Clark in the land of furries and Starrail that
And that? Oh, and one of those two? Ooh, and no Fanta, thank you!
that is mentioned by one Foxians in the land of furries that YouTube is the way to advertise your works. Though looking at like Ninja and Wings of Redemption, I don't think YouTube's a good way to. But YouTube by itself is a good way to make money, though, because do you know how much money you get every 1,000 views? $3. And unfortunately, YouTube takes like 2/3 of that money. Or something. Just ask Nick Bate, who thought you could try to make money off of like YouTube ads or something before he got arrested because he diddled his own niece. And also Nick Bate like would masturbate to like literal shit.
That cake was pretty good. But as soon as Paimon remembered that we were about to go to prison, Paimon's stomach suddenly became completely empty. Now that Paimon thinks about it, we've always been super careful ever since we arrived in Fontaine. Just to avoid breaking any strange laws here.
Well, then again, Paimon, you did count as a floating, unidentified floating object.
Here we are, about to willingly send ourselves off to the Fortress of Mirapede. Maybe this is what they call fate. Let's just try our best to investigate everything quickly once we get there. Paimon doesn't want to stay in prison too long.
Oh, who's sticking our...
What was that I hear? Is it the taste of a breaking story?
Oh, Charlotte, you do know that taking a picture of someone without their consent is like a crime, right? At worst. Then again, you are Charlotte, so we can forgive you for that.
Hey! You can't hear a taste! And what are you doing here, Charlotte?
Oh, don't remind me. I invited an eyewitness to a case to eat here. I was planning to get some great material out of him, but he didn't even show up. Calm down, calm down. This is nothing new. As a journalist, you should be used to this by now. As long as you can score some juicy tidbits from the traveler, you might still be able to recover the cost of the meal.
Damn. Other than the respective elements, Charlotte is just about identical to Yanfei.
You know we can still hear you, Charlotte.
Never mind. It's nothing. I just heard you mention the Fortress of Mirapede. You didn't commit a crime, did you? Please tell me all about it.
No way! We would never! We're just going there to... Oh no, Paimon almost forgot that Neuvillette told us to keep it a secret!
For spoiling the ending of a detective novel in public.
Huh? You're being arrested for that? But now that I think about it, I suppose that's not completely unreasonable. That's pretty despicable, almost as offensive as committing theft.
You mean Paimon really did something that serious? Sorry, Paimon really messed up.
Yes, never trust secrets of Paimon.
Well, in that case, it's nothing particularly newsworthy after all. Oh, how disappointing. All right, there's still a chance. Since you're going to be at the Fortress of Mirapede, would you be willing to help me gather some material for a story?
About that, Paimon doesn't think we'll have any time.
Oh, it's nothing difficult. All you have to do is think of a way to get some time face-to-face with the warden of the fortress.
Huh?
He was awarded the honorary title of Duke in Fontaine. Sounds really cool, huh? Only those who have made significant contributions to the nation have been conferred this title. It's incredibly rare. On top of that, the Fortress of Mirapede has never been under the jurisdiction of the courts. Practically nobody, including journalists like me, knows anything about the person in charge there. Oh, if I could write an exclusive article about him, I bet it would sell a boatload of papers.
You make it sound easy, but it really depends.
Of course, I wouldn't ask you to do it for free, so this meal is on me.
All right, you got a deal. We'll do anything you want.
Then it's settled. The food should be here any second, right? Huh? Wait, just how much did you order?
Damn, those French cuisines really do look yummy. Especially the garlic bread and fish fillets.
Oh, Paimon's so full. Well, guess we have nothing to regret now, so let's get going!
I had no idea you could eat so much. That didn't go according to plan. Please, please, don't forget about the material for my news article.
The tea here just keeps getting wait. Paimon just said something really ominous, didn't she?
No way.
is yes.
Well, oh, there's someone over there. So, alright, we'll continue on with actual gameplay. So, see you later.